So how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. So my name is Haley. I'm going to be your occupational therapy student today. And what I'd like for us to do today is just some activities and assessments just to check your vision out and see what we can work on there. Does that sound like something you want to do?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so first I'm going to ask you to stand up for me. Whoa, that was really loud. Sorry.
That was loud.
Okay, and now we're just going to walk across the room. Alright, can you find the refrigerator for me?
I think that's it over there.
Yeah. Alright, let's turn around. Where are you going? Alright, go ahead and have a seat. Alright, thanks for that. Now, can I just ask you to read the title of this magazine article?
It's a little blurry, but transitioning from, I can't really read it, it's kind of blurry.
Okay, well can you see what that sign says over the sink?
Believe?
Yep. Alright, so now, what we're going to do, can I have you just shield your eyes for me? I'm going to turn that light off. Oh. Okay. So just look directly at my nose. Okay. Okay, great. You can put your hands down now. Alright. So, and then I'd just like to ask you if you've had any double vision or blurriness, just like throughout your day.
Yeah, a little bit.
Some? How many Sharpies am I holding?
2.
And can you grab it for me? Okay. Thank you. Alright. So now what we're going to do, I have this pink pen. I want you to cover one of your eyes, whichever one. Okay, and I'm going to move it across your field of vision, and I want you to tell me when you start to see it, okay?
Okay. I see it.
Okay.
I see it.
Alright.
I see it. I see it.
Okay, now try the other eye.
I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it.
Okay, good. Okay, so now, got the highlighter and the pen. So I'm going to hold them right here, and I want you to look at the yellow highlighter into the pink pen, and look back and forth for me. Keep going. Okay, thank you. And now I'm just going to move this towards your nose, and just keep your eyes on it, and tell me when it becomes blurry or you see two things, okay?
There we go. Yep,
Okay, thank you. Alright, so now I just want you to, I'm going to make some arches, and I want you to just follow it with your eyes, okay? So with this pink pen. Alright, thank you. And now I want you to look from the pink to the yellow again, and then back and forth. Keep going. Okay, good, thank you. And now, just follow this for me, okay? Don't move your head, just your eyes. Keep that head still. Okay, and now I've drawn some crosses onto this piece of paper. So what I want you to do is just to copy those out exactly like I have them. Okay, so that's the end of our testing. So I did notice that you had some problems with some of those things.
Okay.
So when you were walking across the room, I noticed you had some trouble with like vision while moving. You bumped into a few things. You were furniture walking a little bit. So that could be a fall risk and could cause trouble navigating your environment, whether it's your home, your work, school, or anything.
Okay.
So next session, I'd like to focus on some education just concerning on keeping your environments clean, and also an activity where we'll work on maneuvering obstacles in the clinic and identifying the obstacles and working on finding those.
Okay.
Then for acuity, you were having trouble reading the magazine that was close to you,
Yeah.
so you have trouble seeing close up a lot.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so, and I know you go to school and you have to use the computer a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That could definitely cause some trouble there and with your reading and studying. So next time I'd like to look at some things with enlarged text and work on some magnification and see what we can do about that.
Okay.
You also had some trouble with your pupils. They weren't dilating and constricting like they should have been. So like, do you ever have any sensitivity with light?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that could, cause some trouble going from indoors to outdoors or from a dimly lit room to a well-lit room. So it just cause you some pain and trouble seeing.
Okay.
So I would also like to do some patient education for that and talk about, using some sunglasses and everything when you go outside. And I'd also like to refer you to an ophthalmologist for that, just to have him check that out.
Okay.
You had some double vision, you told me. So do you ever have trouble like getting ready in the morning and like reaching and getting your objects that you need?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sometimes I see two and it's hard to tell
Yeah.
which one is what.
Alright, well that's something that I'd also like to refer you to an ophthalmologist for.
Okay.
And I noticed you had trouble with your peripheral vision. So that could be a safety hazard when driving. And being able to take in your whole environment and seeing everything that's going on, even though you're looking at the road ahead. So I'd like to work on that next session as well. And we can work on things of turning your head a lot, wide range to find some objects throughout the room.
Okay.
Saccades, you might have trouble reading, like you had trouble focusing, moving from one pin to the next. So that could cause trouble like reading or studying or using your computer. So I'd like to work on moving your objects from one object to moving your eyes from one object to another, kind of like we did with the pins, but then work our way to reading all the way across the page and moving across the words.
Okay.
For convergence, you had some trouble with that. So that could also cause trouble with your reading and studying, and also just trouble focusing. And you told me that you play some sports.
Mm-hmm.
You might have some trouble
Yeah.
catching a ball. You
Yeah.
play softball, okay.
Yeah.
So that's also something that I'd like to refer you to an ophthalmologist for. But next session, I'd also like to play like a game of catch or something and work on that. We'll use a foam ball so that it won't hurt you if you miss.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'm glad you think so. So for range of motion, I noticed that you had trouble getting your eyes all the way up, all the way down. So that could cause trouble with seeing in all the different planes, so that can be difficult with driving and taking in the whole environment again. So next time I'd like to use a laser pointer and move it all around the room and just have you follow it while keeping your head steady.
Okay.
For accommodation, you were having a little bit of trouble looking from one pin to the next when one was further away from you. And since you're in class a lot, that could cause trouble with looking to the board and then to your paper to take notes.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah, you have trouble with that?
Yeah.
So for that, I'd like to do an activity where we practice copying words that are posted across the room onto a piece of paper.
Okay.
And that should help with that. You also had trouble tracking when we were doing the H and the X in the air. So that can also be difficult when you play softball and watching the other players, watching the ball and everything. So I'd like to do the same laser activity. We can work on that kind of at the same time as the range of motion and follow the laser around the room.
Okay.
And you also had trouble with the X's and your spatial relations. Those are a little bit off. So that could cause some trouble with placing objects and locating objects throughout the room and in your environment.
Right.
So I'd really like to work on finding different objects placed throughout the clinic and identifying those next session. So do those all sound like something you'd like to do?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, great.